Hey everybody, this is Miss Dole, and I am one of the 10th grade literature and composition teachers. And today I'm going to review with you the instructions for portfolio revision assignments that you would need to follow for every revision that you will do on your portfolios. So you are going to be able to follow along with what you see on the screen. You will need to review your grade and the feedback provided to you by your teacher on the original submission, and then you will be revising accordingly. So, what you see on the screen now is what you get in your feedback from every assignment, and this is kind of standard procedure. So, of course, as you know, this semester, that all essays and written assignments for this class must be created using the Google Docs associated with your Google account. You created that in the beginning of this semester. If for any reason you still need help, we have been sending this link here. And of course, you can go there, you can come to Live Help Time. We have discussed again not to write this in any other platform. And of course, remember you cannot copy and paste into these documents, and that has been communicated. And we also have communicated that you must give us sharing rights and editing rights. And that means you must choose anyone with the link can edit. And we have also updated that to say you are going to also probably need to choose Georgia Connections Academy, and out to the right, it will say editor. You have to choose editor next to Georgia Connections Academy. Go over to the right and choose editor so that we have the editing rights to your document, or we are going to send that back. And then that is going to be your first submission and count. And then the next one will be your revision. And we have communicated that throughout this semester, time and time again. So you are aware of that at this point. So now we're going to move on into revision because that's where you are at this point with this video. So we have not had any test essay questions this semester. We have only had revisions for portfolios because we've only had portfolios, and they count 40% of your overall grade. And that's why we are really stressing the importance of this. You may revise portfolios one time for a higher grade. So we're going to focus on the steps here of what you do during a revision, and you review your grade and the feedback provided on your original submission. This is so very important. So we're going to start there, and then we are going to come back to these other steps. How do you access your feedback from your teacher? Okay, very important. The very first thing is every time you receive a grade from your teacher from something like a portfolio or anything that is graded by the teacher, a test or a discussion or anything graded by the teacher, you receive in your inbox of webmail, you and your caretaker, an assessment feedback. And it's titled like this: assessment feedback. Assessment feedback in whatever class it is. And so you get that. And when you open it, and you should always open it, never, never, never delete this. This is important. You open this, and it's going to say, "Hi, Marcy. Feedback has been left by Miss Stoll or Mrs. Nacarado for you on the such and such assignment." And there's a on so if you have questions, give me a call, do whatever. There's a link here. Notice the hyperlink there. That's where you click and you can read that feedback. Okay. So I have a link, arrow there to show you. That is where you see your immediate feedback. Now, and you open it, you read it, you get to see that. And you are able to then take action with what you need to do. Now, what I suggest you do at that time is save this webmail in your literature and composition folder. In your webmails, you should have a folder for all of your content subjects, and I would save that there. But that's up to you. Now, another way to access this feedback is you can go into your grade book. Up at the top of your Connexus, on your screen, you have this that looks like this little A plus, looks like your grade book. Go into the subject you are looking to access your feedback. Go there, choose your subject, and then go into the class and go into the actual assignment you want to see. And all of the grades you will notice for every assignment has blue grades and they are underlined. And that means there's a hyperlink. And you click there to find what you need. And you will then see your feedback. And it could look like this. It could say up at the top, please see the attached feedback. And you may have attached feedback, which means someone has uploaded, your teacher may have uploaded a document for you. Or you may have it that looks like this, where the teacher has put the feedback right there inside of the document with attached links. So either way, you have your feedback right there that is very detailed. And of course, this right now is from maybe last semester or something of that nature. But your feedback is there and it is very detailed and very important, giving you next step directions and links to documents. And that is where you take your next steps. So, important. Each portfolio that you have done has the following. It has instructional videos, and they are embedded within Connexus so that you, before you even begin, that you have to review and maybe take a quick check over. You have live lessons. The teachers, Mrs. Nacarado and myself, we are going over these portfolios step by step for you in this semester in live lessons. So by the end of the unit and by the due date of the portfolios, you should be able to have those portfolios done. We've broken them down. We're doing them together all semester. So you have the recordings for these live lessons that are posted on the message board, the little push pin up in the right-hand corner of Connexus. It has all of the recordings of these live lessons, step-by-step instructions. We provide examples for you of these portfolios. So review the instructional video, the main instructional video that goes with every portfolio. Review the live lesson recordings. And then, after you've done that, if you have questions, you're jotting them down during the instructional video. You are jotting them down during the live lesson recordings you're watching. Then you go and you ask those specific questions during live help time. You have your message board here where all of those resources are for all of the units and portfolios. And you can click on each of these unit links and you will have everything that you need. Now, when you go back into that original assignment and you are going to do the next step, which says, and I will show you when it says the next step, you're going to revise accordingly. And it tells you to highlight all of your revisions in yellow on your new version. So the good thing about using the Google Docs that we are using this semester is you do not need to start a new document. That's the beauty of the Google Docs. You are able to edit your original submission. So you go back to that Google Doc that you worked on, and you are going to highlight and fix whatever it is you're fixing and you're highlighting that you fixed it. And this is very important because we need to see what you have corrected so that we can go back to your rubric and check to see, okay, this is what was missing. This is what has been corrected. You are going to highlight all revisions in yellow. And we're going to ignore some of the things on this screen, and that is okay because we are not using webmail. So let's get back. You are going to revise accordingly, highlight in yellow, and let's get back to the screen I wanted to go to. Okay, right here. So you can see I'm in that original document. And this student has gone back, and this is from, I think, a previous semester. And on her original document, she was missing the heading. She was missing some items with her heading and her header. So, and she also was missing some items with maybe titling article or titling journals and things of this nature, and the way that she was missing MLA citation format. And so you can see what she has highlighted. So when I go and check her original rubric and I say that she had missed her heading, I can check off these items. And so you can see now that when she's highlighted her revisions in yellow, I am able to I've pulled up her rubric and I'm able to check that off. So now what you are going to do is you are going to submit the updated link, because what you've done is you have created your revisions in that same document. You've updated it. You've updated the link. You are now submitting your new link, updated document in the Dropbox at the end of the unit. Okay. Now, very important, we are not webmailing revisions. And I know it's getting toward the end of the semester, and a lot of students have been sending in blanks for portfolios for whatever reason. We are not submitting revisions in webmail, and revisions sent in webmail will not be graded. All revisions this semester are submitted and will be graded in the revision drop boxes. They were in Unit 4 at the end and Unit 5, and you had some mid-unit drop boxes in either Unit 5 or Unit 6 because of the length. And at the end of Unit 6, at the end of Unit 7, and then we will be actually revising assignments for a portfolio in Unit 8. That is to keep you organized and to also allow us to have a systematic way of grading revisions for fairness and to keep within the 7 to 8 day grading window. So revisions that do not meet these expectations, so highlighted material, will be sent back to the student to correct, and you'll have to go back into that process. It must be done. If you wait till the last couple of days of school and it has not been highlighted, you are not going to meet the deadline of everything has to be done by the last day of school. So remember this, you have to follow these directions. If you have any questions about how to revise, you need to be following these directions, watching the videos, and coming to your teacher.